All right, this is the garden tour for April 2024, and we got a lot of new stuff going on in the yard. I want to show it all to you in the video. Starting off right here, we've got the brand new cattle panel trellis. I just built this and it's really heavy duty. I like how it turned out. It's got the hardy kiwi vine growing up, and those are gonna continue to expand and probably cover the whole trellis. It's gonna look really cool. I'll do a full video on the channel probably on how to build those, but they're pretty simple. Look for links in the description. This is the actual full garden area where we plant stuff. On the left here I've got the raspberries. Somebody just gave me a whole bunch of free raspberries. I planted those on the left. And then on the right side I have thornless blackberries, and I'm gonna probably end up trellising those up. Those are thornless blackberries. In the middle here I just planted about 18 little tomato plants. So happy with these. We're gonna have a lot of tomatoes this year. They look really cool. Got all different varieties. Got heirloom and all kind of different stuff. Back here at the back I did blueberries. And then moving on, this is the area behind the garden. I have more raspberries back here along the fence. And in front of that I have a little gooseberry plant. I have about 4 or 5 of these gooseberries. They grew pretty good for me, so I put in more of those. Here's our whole wood section. Got a lot of wood stocked up. And the bunny cage, I think we have the bunnies out right now, but that's the bunny cage. This is like my little shade garden. Love this area. Shade garden and bench swing that I swing in. Got a whole bunch of plants in this area right here. I've got some more gooseberry plants, and I've got a honeyberry, and I've got those things, the big guys, are called cup plant. Yeah, it's just like a weed. People would call it a weed, but it grows into this big, beautiful yellow flower. And this is a brand new addition right here. This is called the Goumi berry. Goumi Tillamook. Supposedly a really tasty little berry, so I'm gonna try that out. And these are the Pixwell gooseberries. Actually pretty tasty. I like them. Very sour, but you can bake stuff with them as well. Moving on to this section along the fence here. We've got this one is the Honeyberry. I just got these label tags and I'm working on tagging everything, labeling everything. So it's a Blue Moon Honeyberry. They produce these little blue, sweet, kind of tart berries. They're pretty good. New little strawberry bed I built. Got some strawberries coming up. This is like a little raised bed I made out of some extra wood. And that's a real big mulberry. In the middle here is the peach tree, just doing awesome. It was really tall, but I trimmed it down this year, kind of opened it up to open center, and we've got a lot of peaches on it, so I'm excited. This might be my first year actually getting a harvest from some of these fruit trees. See if my work pays off. Over here, this is called the Aronia Berry. Viking Aronia Berry. And I love these. My favorites, Serviceberries. They'll be the first ones ripe here in May. And tons of berries. They taste kind of like a blueberry type of taste. And there's Bella, inching her way up in her favorite spot. She loves to lay here. Moving on to the middle of the yard, we've got our fire pit here. We love to do backyard bonfires, sit by the fire. And this area's got our 2 apple trees. On the left here is a Honeycrisp apple. And then over on the right, I believe this one is Ozark Gold. Still haven't yet received any apples off of those, but maybe this year or next year. Over here I've got 2 more strawberry beds. These are doing really well. Got a lot of strawberries. And here we've got another Viking Aronia Berry. Didn't really get many berries off of those, but they're supposedly real good for you. Here's our bunny cage. And there's Oreo. Hey, Oreo. She loves hanging out in her outdoor cage here. Just chilling. This is the back of the yard around the fence line, looking out back towards the house, and I'll show you what we got here. This is our dogwood tree. We got this dogwood tree when we first moved in about 5 years ago, but a lot of this tree here in the front you can see had died off. Yeah. Cloud 9 dogwood. It was a really pretty tree, but about half the tree died back. I'm not sure why, but it's still alive. It's growing back, and I'm hoping that'll come back better than it was. Moving on here, I planted a couple years ago just 1 or 2 of these Adam's elderberries, and they have spread everywhere. These things take over. So if you want a good spreading tree or bush, get the elderberry. This guy right here is something new I just put in, just trying it. How's the Asian pear? Heard those are really good. And looking back towards this section right here, I've got another, the Tillamook Goumi berry. I'll link, if you look in the description, I'll link to a video about the Goomies, but the guy that I watched said they're really good. And then boysenberries here. So the Goumi berry will produce a big bush, and here we go, right in the middle. I did this new section, just put all these wood chips in. These are rhubarbs. I'm trying the rhubarbs in the back. We've got a plum tree in the middle here. And this is all an asparagus bed. I just planted about 25 asparagus crowns. Bought the 2-year-old crowns off of Etsy. I can link to those in the description if you want to buy good asparagus crowns. I like these. But I have to wait 3 years before I get a harvest. At least two or 3 years to get a harvest on those. Back towards the house, yeah, I do have something planted in that corner there. And here in the front, this guy's doing good. Plum cot, semi-dwarf plum cot tree. Doing real good, and this year hopefully get some fruit off of it. Have 3 blueberries right here in the middle, strawberries, and a big peach tree. This was way taller. I pruned it back a bunch. My advice, if you get a peach tree, start pruning young. Don't wait till it's 3 years old. Chop it off at the knees or the waist. Here's a little plum tree. I thought it died off, but it's coming back. And I'll take you over to the front of the yard now. Behind me here is the brand new front area that I did on the side of the yard here, and I want to show you because all this is brand new stuff right here. Starting at the end right here. Just got this. This is a cherry tree, Stella cherry. I think I got that from the Ison's nursery. I'll link to that in the description. I like that tree. And this is a peach tree I got from Home Depot a couple years back. A Belle of Georgia peach. This used to just be all grass here in the middle, and I needed more place for my plants, so I expanded. Got some thornless blackberries, Primark Freedom thornless blackberries, and these are the I think yellow raspberries here. This is a sour cherry, doing real well. I love that one, doing great. Still no fruit. It'll be years before I get fruit, but I'm glad I put them in now. Up here we've got Canna Lilies that I just left in the ground. They came back, mulched over top of them, and they came back. And then on the end here we have another cherry tree. This is the Sweet Rainier Cherry. So that's the front section. And I'll fill it in with some more stuff. Front of the house here we've got a little shade garden area with some hostas. A couple perennials that I put in, some daylilies. And then I've got a little lilac bush here in the front. And I will finish off the video by showing you the front of the house. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Beautiful little bush cherry. Beautiful looking hostas. Got a bunch of cannas that are the red leaf cannas that are coming back. Just left those in the ground. They're doing great coming back. Even though they're tropical and we're in zone 6, they all came back, so don't have to dig those up. Same thing with the fig. I left these in the ground because they're close to the house. I think it kept them warmer. I did mulch over them and I cut them back, but they are coming back. And love this Japanese maple, looks beautiful. Got some ornamental grass and another fig here on the end. And to finish off the video, hope you liked it. If you liked it, check the channel, subscribe, like, comment. Here's our blackberry patch on the side of the house. It's doing amazing, and hope for a big blackberry harvest this year. Check back in June or July. We should have another update video on some of this fruit that's producing, and